Surprise, surprise, surprise. I am here. Hey, everybody, welcome back to my channel. Watch All My Reviews. This is your boy, James. I am here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. It may happen this video. I don't know. We'll see. But I missed you guys so much. Oh, my goodness. I've been going through a lot. So you guys pray for me. Shout out to my girl, Mrs. Bess, who is joining me here. Thank you so much for being here for me today. I truly appreciate you.
Yes, I like this show. I like
Yeah.
it thus far, so I'm happy.
It's starting off a little slower than it usually does, which I don't know if I'm a like or dislike, but make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to both channels. My information is here. You're on my channel because some of people were confused. Mrs. Bess's information is in my description box. So Mrs. Bess does recaps that I do not do on my channel. Like we do Never Ever Mets. We do Real Housewives of New Jersey. All of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, we've split. Or, excuse me, I said that wrong. All the Real Housewives franchises, we split. So I'm going to do Dubai, I'm going to do Atlanta, and I'm going to do Potomac. Mrs. Best and Salt Lake City. I do Salt Lake City. Mrs. Best is going to do Beverly Hills and New Jersey. New Jersey's on currently right now. We're
And
recapping it on her
Miami,
channel.
but I'm gonna do Miami when it come back.
I might
Miami.
do it with you because I have something to say about Larsa. So we'll see how that works
Everybody
out.
got something to say about Larsa, child.
Yes,
she,
everybody got something to say about Larsa.
yeah,
Child,
she's
I
the
got something to
best.
say.
Child.
So before we begin, because we on Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. Love and Marriage Huntsville is a hot mess express. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do, but they are killing me, y'all. I mean, hold on. Let me pull it up on my screen real quick. Oh, wait. So, yeah, I'm behind time right now. Hang on 1 second. Because my ass was supposed to have this ready, and I'm just getting back into town, and I don't have it ready. But I'm gonna need y'all to stop going to jail out there. Is what needs to happen. I'm gonna need y'all to stop going to jail in Huntsville. I don't know what's in the water. I don't know what are y'all. I don't know what y'all doing. But I'm gonna need y'all to cut it out. I'm gonna need y'all to cut it out because first this started with Martell, and then it came across with Destiny. Now, this next person I'm about to post, y'all, we gonna stretch out the hands of the Lord because me, shout out to my girl Shayna _ MCD and Mrs. Best had a field day with Maury
Oh,
Scott. We had a field day. We're on a group chat thanks to Mrs. Best because she had to, take one for us.
I'm
But
messy.
well, yes, and we appreciate it because I actually enjoy it. I really do because we be having a good old time just laughing. But shout out to what's happening, y'all. We got to talk about this for a minute. Now, Maurice gets arrested for a DUI. What is going on, and who's next?
Look at his face.
Yeah, his face. He like, damn, I got caught. Shout out to what's happening 90 for sharing this. That's a new page I follow on Instagram. Make sure y'all follow that page. But oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. I was like, wait, not the lawyer, not the lawyer getting arrested for DUI of all things. Is that what we doing in Huntsville, y'all? We just getting arrested for really crazy crimes?
I would just like to say, I am not in the business of hiring attorneys that are catching charges. I believe everybody, James actually taught me that when I was younger, especially through your book process. Like having an attorney, even if you don't have much, is worth it. It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
It absolutely is. So I wouldn't want one, and I didn't. When I found myself looking for places because we have this online business, we do it, and attorneys and looking for them, I was like, you know what? I ended up on the background checks. Y'all know I keep that. I'm the bone collector of my hood. I will background check everybody. I give you all you need to know. So I did that on the lawyer and nothing came back, but I had to think to myself, if something came back, I probably wouldn't hire them because you wasn't good enough to get yourself off or to erase your own record. So how you gonna save me?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, y'all. That just was crazy to me when I saw that because I'm like, not the lawyer getting arrested, but okay. You know, he is out on bail today, so he did. I mean, I think he got out over the weekend. I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, but you know,
Kimmy came and got him.
I know she had to give him an earful in that car ride. I could just imagine the walk of shame that was. But y'all, that's we gon' I will keep it I'll keep y'all posted on what's happening. I don't know if Maurice made a statement, but I know he was out again, I believe, this
No
weekend as well.
shade, no shade at all. I don't really think he big enough of a public figure to even need to like address it, especially because it's a DUI. Like DUIs are the one crime that's pretty like cut and dry. Like you did it.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Ain't no question about it.
You did
Exactly.
it. You did it. I don't. He probably wasn't that drunk, but like, because people have to realize you can the equivalent of like 2 drinks can make it to where you can get a DUI depending on what the hell you drink. So, it. I mean, it don't take much. Hopefully, I wonder if he gonna have to pick up trash on the side of the highway, like the people on 580. That's what they do here in the Bay Area. Everybody with a DUI.
They be out there picking out trash.
Because there's no space in the jail. And the picking up the trash counts as 3 days of jail time.
Child,
Jail time
well,
served.
they show is slacking on that job. When I drove up and down that freeway, I was like, there's trash everywhere.
Because there's people everywhere. It's not the same it used to be here. It's starting to
Child, that's
feel like
depressing,
overly
y'all.
populated.
I went home for the weekend, y'all, and when I tell y'all, I just remember how beautiful my hometown was. And
Hmm.
to see it today, it's like
Hmm.
it's depressing me because this is not how I remember leaving it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anywho, y'all, we gotta talk about this episode. That's what y'all came here for, right? Okay. So we got a lot to talk about. So this episode actually starts off with Kimmy. I'm loving her natural hair on her. I really am. I'm loving the natural hair. It looks good on her. Letitia comes in this pink suit, the literal Barney color, and I'm just like, Letitia, I guess. And then Destiny also stops by as well. We see Destiny.
And that forehead. Moses got a type with the forehead. That's
He
all.
do, but I just want Destiny to do better with her wigs this season. This was not
That's
the
why she
wig
got
Destiny.
arrested. She was trying to work her scam so that she could get enough money, get the bag up to get the right kind of. She needed that full HD lace front, but right now she can only afford, the ones off the head and the beauty supply, and she's making lemonade out of lemons
I
without.
guess so. It's just
But
the bangs. I just didn't like it. It just looked crazy. The color was off. And she's such a beautiful woman.
she is.
That's just, oh my gosh, that wig was terrible. But they start talking. Kimmy fills Destiny in on the outing that they had with Sunny because Kimmy recalls a time when she got diagnosed with her breast cancer that Sunny was actually there to comfort her. So when it came down to this whole, I don't want to call it a scandal because this is these people's marriage, but when it came down to this whole situation being exposed, she had to get clarification from Sunny because that's not how she recalls Sunny to be. Which Letitia, shout out to Letitia trifling is the word everybody was using. So Destiny was pretty much saying, it was just crazy to me how that happened because I had to cut her off because from Destiny's standpoint, this lady said that man was her cousin. So Destiny's like, so you married your cousin? And it was like, Destiny, come on. Now I get she said that she saw him at family functions and said that she might have been related to him. But soon as she found out she wasn't, I'm sure that was just water under the bridge now. So you can stop saying it because that's not right. Even though what they're not doing is not right, I'm on Destiny's side a little bit, y'all, because that was trifling what they did, especially when we get to the end of this episode and we sort of sit down between her and Moses. I'm definitely on Destiny's side because this was some shisty, shady stuff to do. And I'm gonna give you my opinion on that in just a moment here. So Kimmy wants everyone to kumbaya. They mentioned Stormy and Tisha not being on the same page or being, at odds with each other over Stormy calling Marceau a bitch. Now, before we get deep into that conversation, let me clear something up. Letitia. No, I'm actually gonna save this for Marceau. You get a break today, Letitia, because I show it's gonna rib into you, but I'm gonna give it to Marceau. We'll wait to this scene. But she's saying that, she called him a bitch and then apologized and then did it again. which I don't remember it that way. But if that happened, I mean, I get where Letitia is coming from. I guess I could see it. How do you feel, Mrs. Best, about that situation between Stormy and Letitia and the whole bitch word coming out from Marcel?
Ain't nobody about to call my husband a bitch and get away with it. So, on the strength of marriage, I feel like that's what couples should do, hold each other down publicly and hold each other accountable privately. So that's the only thing I will agree with that Tisha and Marcel do with their marriage, because we know it's a mess behind whatever dough they live in, or they living together behind the dough. We just know that the marriage is not perfect. There's a lot that they don't show, but when it comes to dealing with the public, whether you're on camera, off camera, regular person at work, you should protect inside with your spouse. That's just how I feel. So I get that part, but Stormy ain't tell not one lie. That's not, listen.
I'm just gonna smile at that because
Stormy told no lies. I mean, there's no reason for your partner to be so involved with your relationship. I know everybody likes to make it like he a man, he did why he's so involved and stuff, but I feel like whether you gay, straight, whatever the hell you are, your friends is your friends, and your spouse don't need to be involved in it like that unless you like on a double date, or of course they'll see them. But Marcel has a way of like stirring up the drama, almost like a little girl sometimes in high school. So, that's just how I feel. But I get it, Letitia. I ain't gonna come at you this time. Y'all know I can't stand Tisha, but I ain't gonna come at her for defending her husband. I can't be mad at her for it.
Me either. I'm not mad at her either. But they bring up Mel. I'm not going to really touch on this because we know Mel don't see her destiny. So I'm not even going to mince words. And we know that if there's a sit down between them, they would have aired that in the preview for this season. I don't think that's ever going to happen. So I'm not going to touch on it. So we then move on to the next part of this, which was Nell and Martell sitting down. Miss Nell, I got to clarify. Miss Nell, because my Nell and Mel going to sound alike. So Miss Nell and Martell meet up. And this is where Miss Nell loses me already on episode 4. So she talks to Martell in her raspy voice and said, Martell, I spoke with Melody and I didn't agree with her, getting you arrested. I didn't agree with that at all. But what she told me when I met up with her was you were trying to set out revenge porn on her. Is that what you try to do, Martell? And I'm looking at Nell like, why would Mel lie about that? Why would she lie about that? But that makes no sense. So Martell pulls out his phone and said, no, this is what I did. This is what I did. I sent her this text message and she reads the message and they show a glimpse of it, basically saying that if you keep coming after, or you keep picking on me or whatever is said on that text message, I'm going to start showing you, I'm going to start doing you the same way or something to that extent, y'all. I don't know. It was some ignorant stuff on that text message. But Nell's like, so you never tried to put out revenge porn on everything on Mel? And I'm looking at her like, once again, does this sound unbelievable, y'all, that he would do something like this? Because to me, it doesn't.
He told on himself with the text. It was
right.
a threat. Keep playing with me and I'm going to put something out on you. You literally just gave yourself in a court of law motive. So, like, Martell is not smart. Listen, and you don't have to be to get a college degree. Okay. I want to point that out there. Okay. Because most of the fools running these countries, your cities, and your government got degrees. And I bet you your shit's fucked up too. But Martell is not the most intelligent. I don't care if he knows how to put the hammer to the nail and make a house. He's not the most intelligent. He literally told on himself in 3 different ways, then showed evidence that supported Mel's claims. He's just stupid, but Miss Nell is funny. Is that what you did?
Right. I was just looking at her like, Nell, come on. And then the conversation then turns to Chris and Nell's marriage, where Martell tries to put it out there that Miss Nell was a side chick to Mr. Fletcher's first wife. And this is where Miss Nell loses me. Because Miss Nell says she did not know he was married. And then when she found out, she decided to end things. Now she's telling Martell he was separated. He had filed paperwork and everything, and I had told him that I couldn't be with him until everything. And I'm just like, Miss Nell, which one is it? You didn't know he was married, or you saw that he was separated and filed for divorce? Which one
I
is
do
it?
feel like Chris cleared that up later down the line. What I think happened, I feel like she got with him. He probably did not mention that he was in the middle of a divorce because he probably knew that would scare her off. That's what it's looking like. It sounds like she found out, left his ass, and then he probably worked real hard to prove to her that he actually was separated and filing for divorce. I feel like she went back to him before he fully divorced the woman, though. I think that's the lie in there. But I don't think she's a side chick or anything like that. That's really, though, I
I
feel
was
like
gonna
I
save that for the conversation with Martell and Fletcher. I was gonna save that, but we can just kind of talk. We can kind of interloop those two. I can go out of order for this because here's my thing about that. I, for me, I don't care one way or the other because it was already established that he was a cheater. So to me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether she was a side chick or not. He's already been established to be a cheater. So it's like, what good does that do? This is, mind you, this is something that's old and ancient, probably older than me. So I don't understand what relevance it would have today, is my whole point with this. What relevance does this have today? But I need her to stick. I'd rather her say, you know what, yeah, he told me he was separated. And he was going through divorce. And I just chose, hey, to wait till that ink dry and just did. She should have just said that if that was really the truth. I don't know. It seems to be there's some holes there somewhere. So I don't know where she lies with this. And I get he did clear it up when he met up with Martell, but at the same time, I don't trust what he says because he's cheated on the current wife he has today. So I don't really trust what he says. That's
yeah.
how I feel about that.
I mean, whatever the hell. I don't give a damn about no 40-year hole poking. That these people old as hell. I don't
Right.
have time to go backwards like that. But Martell did get what he wanted because, look, for example, we're discussing it now in this recap. Now this is going to be a subject probably spoken about by millions of people, probably whoever's watching the show. So it's unfortunate. Nell needs to realize Martell ain't her friend. That's not her
And
friend.
I was just gonna say that when she mentioned she didn't invite him to the birthday party and decided to invite Mel. I want
Mhm.
I want her to realize this man means you know well, Miss Nell. He means you know well. So I don't know why you think always coming to his defense and always trying to check on him and trying to make sure she has this. It's this old school mentality where you have to protect black men at all costs instead of them being accountable. She has that really bad. I noticed that with her and Martell, where she constantly gives him chance after chance after chance. And what he does in those same conversations is down Melody as if she's just nothing. So it's kind of, for me, I'm tired of her giving him the floor to down this woman when you're in her face smiling and tee-heeing with her. I'm tired of seeing this.
I don't even understand. Like, I'm like answering and giving responses because I'm here as a guest on the recap. But personally, I don't even understand why the hell she needed to meet with him.
That's
Don't
what I'm
disrespect
saying. Yeah.
somebody. Just don't invite them. Why is it that deep? Because if you know that you don't want to deal with this person because of something egregious such as a revenge porn, then why even meet with them? Like, to me, and that's my issue with Love and Marriage, Huntsville, and really Love and Marriage as a series. Like, but especially in Huntsville, like I don't understand why everybody's in everybody's business to the extent that they are in it. These people are divorced, so if y'all not gonna choose sides, then be friends with both of them. But to be friends with both of them means to like not respond to every claim they make about each other or every article you read on Instagram or in a tabloid. Like what Miss Mel and Mr. Fletcher got going on separate from talking about this. I want to see it because I'm personally I'm like
I
these
just
people
want
have been
I want to
divorced.
see what
Like,
that I just want to see what that daughter is up to. I want to see that whole situation and how this is playing out because on the flip side of her doing that interview with the blog, we just talked about it and skated over it 2 episodes later. So I need to know what's going on there. I hope that comes up later on this season because I'm gonna be mad if it doesn't. The next thing I wanted to talk about is this double date And I'm all over the place, but I needed to talk about this while it's fresh in my mind. The double date at the gym between Stormy Courtney, Ken, and Trisha. I said I was gonna call her Trisha because there's too many love somethings on this show. So Trisha, they all meet up and they all go into respectable corners. The men go on one side, ladies go on another. We get to know Ken. We realize he was probably in the service because he mentions being in Afghanistan. And then when he came back, he leased him a truck and did never turn back. So he does freight, which is a great business. Let me tell y'all, someone who worked in manufacturing, freight is a amazing job or business that you can build as a subcontractor. Definitely look into that if anyone does not know what direction to go to. I can't drive a semi because I end up backing into something, but yes, y'all can definitely, it's definitely a career if you have good coordination. Yes, Mrs. Best, you was gonna say something.
No, I wasn't. I was chuckling at you. I am so sorry. My background, your friend Oso Best is playing the damn video game on surround sound, so the whole room is rattling. I'm
I
sorry.
can't even hear it. No, you're good. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing something. So we then pan over to Latricia and Stormy. And this is what me and Mrs. Best is talking about when it comes to counseling and therapy. This is proving the point of why therapy is so important when you go through life traumas the way Trisha has been going through them. So we find out in this scene here that she has lost her mother, her father within 6 months of each other, and then her sister on top of that. And what we understand is that this was a very close knit family. Her parents were married over 40 years, and her and her sister used to run amok up in high school, according to Ken. So there's trauma there, on top of an abusive husband who we're not really clear if she's even divorced from because she said that we need to sign the paperwork.
If the
That's what she said.
paperwork has not been not just signed but mailed off, filed away in the with the court stamp, it ain't final.
So Trisha, you coming around here on TV, you still married to another man, and you over here with this dude over talking about getting married, and you ain't
I
even
knew
left the
something
one.
wrong with her. I said it last recap. I said it. I said I knew something with this lady is a little bit off. It's a little bit off. But and she seemed normal. I liked her loyalty. But when it got into the relationship portion, there was like a shift with her demeanor. I don't know if it's because I overanalyze things because I'm in psychology, but she started to seem like she behaved in a way that someone will behave if they was like hiding something, and then boom, in this episode now it's like, oh, okay, so you still married.
Mm-hmm.
People who
You're
want to be
yeah,
divorced is really that simple. People who do
yeah.
not want to be together will not be together. They may be fighting like hell in court with lawyers, but they will go forward with the divorce, not just sit.
And that's my whole thing with her as well. My whole thing with her is okay, you made it seem like you were far removed from this situation. And come to find out this episode, you may not be as removed from it as you say you are. You may be removed from the damage it's caused you, but you're not getting help with it because you could see in her mannerisms and her speech pattern that this lady is still dealing with trauma. And the outlet y'all choose to do is only work out. This is not working, Trisha. This is not working. You need to be in somebody's one, grief counseling session, and then two, regular routine therapy for whatever else is going on, because this is too much. Like listening to her talk, y'all, it was crazy because she was very like, I don't want to say strokish because that's not what it was, but it's like very like you could see it, you could tell she relives the moments in her head. She sees the flashbacks. You could tell that's what she's going through. So I want her to seek therapy. I want her to continue working out. She looks great. Her and Kim both look great. But I need her to do therapy. I need her to, because she's not over. Even Kim mentioned conversation with Courtney, how there's sometimes she does lash out, and there's sometimes that I have to bring her back down to sub-zero. Now I need to see what that looks like now. Because to me, that's not somebody that's healed from a situation if working out is supposed to be the cure. That's all I'm gonna say. Mrs. Best, what do you have to add to that?
Yeah, I said it. I watched this episode of My Hair Braider. We both was like, oh wow, like she needs a lot of therapy. I think she moved on sooner than she probably knew she was ready, or she thought she was moved on and wasn't. This is just another example, you guys. Get your divorces and then date. And if you are somebody who has not been married, ask to see the paperwork. And if they say no, or you don't want to ask, it's public information. So,
Not all the time, but yes, for the most part, in most states, it is public information. There's a couple states that do not abide by that. If you pay the extra $50, so I believe now it's actually 72 now. But yeah, it used to be $50 where you can have a confidential marriage where that wouldn't show up on public record. So
mm.
in the state of California, and I know it's all too well. So moving on from there, we then have this lovely sit down with Destiny and Moses. Now I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. When the story first broke the internet of Sonny and Moses getting together, because I did not know them, I thought this was for the show and it's some Carlos cooked up. But as we sit down now, my mind has changed. My mind has changed. I felt like it was the real deal. Because if it happened so fast, that's why I was like, it doesn't happen way too fast. But when he actually sat down and talked, I think that Sonny just brought more to the table than Destiny did. So we're going to recap what happened in the conversation, and then we're going to get Mrs. Best's opinion on said matter because I think it's now the real deal. After hearing him talk, I think it's the real deal. So the whole situation, she confronts him about her Sonny getting married. She says, "When did y'all even get together?" And he comes up with the same story they said in episode one. It was around July, August. You know, we saw her. I saw her at a function. We exchanged information, and that's what happened. And she goes, "But we were still talking at that time. So when did this happen?" I think she said they were talking still in July. So my whole thing was this: when she said that to me, that doesn't put context on it being a relationship, Destiny. That puts context that you probably was still talking to him and trying to deal with him, maybe slid something in his direction and maybe probably took advantage. Probably that's what it was. But that doesn't signify a relationship. See, I thought, and Mrs. Best, this is where I need you to chime in because maybe I misheard her. I thought that they were still together and he just was up in Sonny's face and then married her out of spite of the relationship ending that abruptly. I didn't think that her saying talking was them being together. How did you interpret that?
um, Talking does not mean that you're together. Everybody know that. That's just the talking phase. You talking to each other, but in a way where it's like we may want to date each other, we may not. It sounds like they was figuring out the vibe. Oh, I also anybody marrying anybody out of spite, I highly doubt that's happening because of what comes with it. People get drunk and do dumb stuff, get married, might get it annulled. Hell, people sometimes end up in marriages they thought would work and they don't. But whatever the hell, I don't. I feel like the shady part with this whole situation is that Sonny was clearly friends and had some sort of relationship with Destiny, but I don't feel like Moses, from what it seems like, did anything wrong. If they broken up, you can't be mad. He talked to other people. Now your friend owes you loyalty, which was Destiny, but he don't once they broken up. So I don't even see the point in them meeting up.
I didn't either. So, and that's why I was like, okay, I don't know how to really diagnose this because we're talking about semantics here. Because the truth of the matter, at the end of the day, they are married.
That's his
It's
wife
not
now.
like it's not like this was some girlfriend he got that you just happened to know and was cool with. This is his man's wife. So you getting mad at the whole timeline and things that doesn't even matter anymore.
She's mad because he moved on so fast. And then he did it with somebody that she thought was either becoming a friend or an existing friend. Because I ain't trying to get caught in the semantics of the BS. But it doesn't matter. Why don't she talk about the scams that she is being alleged of? Try to prove your character and show that this is not going on. And I don't understand why the producers aren't pushing her to do it. This chick has so much going on with the tabloids and her criminal record that and it's surprising because on any other reality show on any other network, hell, even Zeus would have been sure to ask the correct questions about all of her many dealings with law enforcement, should I say. So it's just very strange that they want to focus on the whole Destiny and Sonny thing, because all I keep hearing from everybody's different stories, including the people repeating stuff on the cast, The one thing that seems to be agreed on from everybody is that they got together when Moses and Destiny were not together. So nobody was cheated on in this type of situation. This ain't no side chick this, side chick that. So it's only so far this can go. Carlos needs to not be like Tyler Perry and listen to his editors and other producers on the show. Because I do agree with you when you say it seems like Carlos maybe wanted to put something together or something like this. And it doesn't give, because once people dig into it just a little bit, the whole situation for me personally becomes just less interesting. Uh, who cares? I want to know why Destiny can't seem to keep a man. I don't
My
even
thing is this.
worry about her, but there's
I
more than
feel like this has context. Sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry.
you fine.
No, I feel like this has context and could have been a great storyline. The problem is they're not asking the right questions. And that's why this seems uninteresting, because they're not asking the questions of what happened when she found out you weren't her cousin, because that's what she initiated when this whole thing came out and on the show. So I need to know that. And see, that's the thing. They need Tiffany. I keep saying this. Everybody wants to fight me tooth and nail about this. They need Tiffany. Tiffany would have got the answers we all were looking for.
But that's the thing. Also, I think it's important to have not just a strong cast on a reality show, but you also need to have a strong production crew as a whole. And it shouldn't be up to the cast members to have to ask the questions that in any other show that's not ran by Carlos King on any other network, they put her ass in a confessional and get some start digging. They do that to all three of them. So I'm just gonna blame Carlos King and
Yeah,
Mel, their
Tiffany. I
producer.
know Tiffany. If you watching me, I know you don't. But if you watching me, Tiffany, I keep saying, I look, I'm on your side. A lot of other fans may not like you, but I love you because you do exactly what reality TV personalities are supposed to be doing on this show to keep the drama going and the mess going. You may do it in very heinous ways. I get it. But at the same time, look at the show. Look at the show.
It
We're on
needs
episode 4, and this is boring. All we seeing is trauma and side chicks. And shout out to Chris Fletcher for putting Martell in his place finally. That's all I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna say about this. Shout out to you, Chris Fletcher, because you did exactly what you were supposed to do. Because I
Yeah.
was scared for you when I saw that conversation. So I wanted to circle back to that because I'm not gonna talk about it because that was stupid. At the end of the day, Martell know what he's doing. He's trying to get under people's skin because he thinks it's funny.
Listen, Martell, you work out and you are a handsome man. And I understand that you want to show off your muscles the way women want to show off our cleavage. However, Martell, why are you buying clothes that you can't fit? Everything that he wears, I was talking to my hair braider and some other people who get my hair done y'all the other day. And I said, some people are naturally buff to where, they put on something that look like that. But I feel like he buying his clothes like a size or two, smaller than he should so that he could look right. Because it was something, one of his confessionals or something. I said, oh, he is flooding. So it just bothered me. I want him to buy the appropriate sized clothes. I want him to get a tutor. I want him to also go into obtain a license for contracting or something. I want him to find a good sustainable income away from this show and away from Melody. That's what I would like him to do. I feel like this whole season's going to be talking about this BS um, love triangle they trying to make between Destiny, Sunny, and Moses.
And I'm not
And
here
when they're
for it.
not talking about that, I feel like they're going to be talking about the divorce that's been finalized, but everybody's talking about it and acting as if they are still actively, freshly like filing for it or something.
I just feel like, yeah, they're going to talk about this and then the whole situation of whether or not allegedly, I'm saying allegedly on my channel, Martell and Destiny were sleeping together or have slept together.
Oh Lord.
I don't know. To me, I said this last review, it is giving that kind of energy. It is. It's giving that kind of energy. I don't put it past neither one of them.
And it's like if they slept together, okay. Well, he made a baby on his wife. Are we really surprised?
Honestly, I already told y'all what I think is wrong with this man. I'm not even gonna go into this no more because I said it. And the more I look at him and the more I'm seeing him on camera with them gestures and them facial expressions, the more I feel like I'm right in what I'm saying. But y'all not ready for those conversations because y'all want to protect because he's appealing to the eyes for some of y'all and he, sleeps with a whole bunch of women as if that means anything because it doesn't to me. So I'm just saying, I think I know exactly what I'm looking at, and the more he's on camera, the more I see it. And I don't understand why y'all think because he's overly obsessed with Melody. He's not obsessed with Melody. He's obsessed with the lifestyle that Melody gave to him.
Yeah, he don't seem to give a damn about her at all.
He don't
In
because
my
if he loved her, he wouldn't have cheated on her all them years. And he said the words satisfying. You were not satisfying me. So when men say those type of words, it's different where if you slip into something or it was just a night, it was random. No, this was constantly him saying you never satisfied me. When men say that to women, it's like that's a telltale sign as if her song. It's a telltale sign that you need to pay closer attention to. Yeah, just saying. Because I don't know men who say women don't satisfy. I just don't know. I don't know men. I just don't know too many men who do that. I just don't. So we'll see how this ends up playing out. Y'all, this show is crazy. I'm still here for the ride. I'm going to be picking up other shows, and also this weekend will be the premiere of me reading my book, Fraternity Wrote the Pledge. I will post a link on my community wall for you to get your copy so you are ready on Saturday when we go live and we read chapters 1 through 5. So we'll read chapters 1 through 5 together, and I'm going to give my analysis of each character and where they are at that point. You're not gonna want to miss this. Fraternity Row is a great book. People have read it, have told me they loved it, and they want to see it on TV. So I'm going to step out on a leap of faith and read my own book.
Oh,
So we'll
good.
see how that goes.
Good, 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 good.
Yeah, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys this weekend. We'll be on Mrs. Best channel for Never Ever Met. Summer House Martha's Vineyard is over. I'm sorry that I missed that, you guys. I know.
Oh, you ain't missed nothing. That old chopped up, unedited reunion. That I don't know what the hell that was. It was weird. And then all the cast members is going to different YouTubers doing interviews where they actually say the shit they should have said at the reunion.
As I said, I don't believe anything on this show anymore, and it's becoming more apparent because no one can keep their life straight.
It was just reported actually by TV Deets. Someone sent this to me just now that Summer House Martha's Vineyard has been put on pause.
Oh, I know it has.
Yeah.
I knew that before the reunion aired. There's a casting issue, as I said there was.
Yep.
There's a huge casting issue. And with the mayor doing all these stunts and shows on, the internet these days, that's what's going to do it. So I already know they're in trouble.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Never Ever Met. That episode was crazy. I'm sorry I missed it once again, you guys. If you guys are not on Mrs. Best channel, watch those recaps. They're amazing. She did a great job without me. I hate that I missed it, but I will be back in flow this weekend. We ain't taking a break. Real Housewives of New Jersey. We there. So, and that's pretty much all the videos we have coming up. And I actually want to do
Dubai. Dubai comes on this Sunday. It'll be the 2nd.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it with Love and Marriage Huntsville. So it's gonna be Monday
Good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Monday. So we'll have Love and Marriage Huntsville and Real Housewives of Dubai on Monday. And I may have another updates video and
Jersey on Monday also.
Huh?
New Housewives of New Jersey.
Oh yeah, New Housewives of New Jersey. Real Housewives of New Jersey. We have that as well on Monday. So we have 3 videos Monday. Tuesday, I'm going to do an updates video, and I have an unpopular opinion that I have to ask y'all. I know y'all can't wait for that one, right? I'll text you and let you know what it is. But other than that, y'all, thank you guys once again. Like, comment, and subscribe to both channels. The videos that if there's not a video that on my channel that you want to see, it's over on Mrs. Best channel. I promise you it is. So thank you guys so much once again, Mrs. Best. Thank you for being here, and thank you guys for welcoming me back. Hopefully I can continue this without any more interruptions. Thank you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.